Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Metric. Welcome to IDGAF 1984. Today's video is going to be a short video. Excuse me. But Tennessee is working a bill through their legislature right now that would require paternity testing for all children before the father signs a birth certificate. I'm 100% for that. Because we need to understand that a woman will probably get with a bad boy that'll be the father, and he won't want anything to do with her because all she is a pump and dump fund. She finds a good guy that she can lock down and put the kid off on him for 18 years, and the kid's not biologically his. Now, this also ties into something called paternity fraud. I think that once DNA testing gets done, I think it should be mandatory. I agree with that wholeheartedly because you can't trust anyone. You really can't. And if you're a woman and you say, well, he should just trust me. No, he shouldn't. Just like you shouldn't really trust him. But if a woman says, yeah, I'm down for a paternity test, then the test should come back that he's the father. But here's the thing. I think it needs to go farther. I think it needs to be retroactive. That if you as a woman know that the person you're with is not the father, but he's on the birth certificate, and you know for 100% fact that he is not the father, and he's proven to not be the father, then if you have to get child support from him, you should go to jail for defrauding him because you committed a felony. Because child support can get into the hundreds of thousands of dollars in back child support, which is a felony because you're defrauding him. It's called fraud by deception or fraud by omission. You knew he wasn't the father, and yet you chose to put him on child support or marry him or whatever, and then he is paying for a child that is not biologically his, and he should just not, and you should not have any consequences for lying? No, bitch. You don't get to skip out on that part of it. If you know that a person is not the father, and you still put him on child support, and it's found out later that you willingly did this, you defrauded him. You stole money from him. That's called larceny, because you did it with deception and fraud. But the state will never pass a law like that because the state gets a nice little cut of all the child support that gets paid to the mother. So the state will never do that because the state doesn't want to give up that level of revenue. But that's insanely fucked up. So at the end of the day, I think there should be mandatory paternity tests. It should be nationwide. France actually was going to do something about false paternity, but they made the realization, and one of their arguments was it would destroy French society because it was almost a third of people who were told they were the father were actually not biologically the father. Which that's a huge issue, because if I build up a relationship with a kid that I believe is mine, and then I find out they're not mine, I'm going to feel some type of way. Because I raised that kid as my own, and now I find out it's not mine. Yeah, no man should ever have to know what that feels like. No man should ever be put in a position because I built a relationship with that kid, but the kid's not mine. And this is where feminists need to step up and go, you want to know something? We demand paternity tests. But they won't, because then that would make them look bad if it turns out that she's just a 304 and get her back blown out all the time. And make women look bad, because if he's not the father, then you were cheating on him, which makes you look bad. And God forbid in our society we make women look bad and hold them actually accountable for their actions. But we don't do that because we've said women are weaker. Well, you feminists have talked about a woman can do anything a man can. Well, guess what? Put your money where your mouth is. Step up to the plate and go, let's have it, because then you can hold yourselves accountable. But women don't want to be held accountable at the end of the day. They have no desire for being held accountable. It's escape everything, blame everyone else, blame the patriarchy, blame men, blame that you're fat on people not accepting you and whatever. But that's the thing. That's kryptonite for modern women, and it's like you look just across the board statistically. Not every woman, but there are the majority of them that are very much, I don't want any responsibility. I want to be able to do what I want, no consequences for my actions. Well, guess what? It's not equality. That's misandry. So, until tomorrow, remember, I don't give a fuck, and neither should you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till then, have a great day.